Welcome to Joe Newton online class. In this video, I want to take us on the episode 2 of the recruitment maths test. That is the model or typical recruitment mathematics examination or aptitude test, which is very important for teacher applicants and also for preparing students for aptitude tests or examinations. So without wasting time, let us deal with the questions on the board and their solutions, and as well as giving you the tips used in solving mathematical problems in exam condition to beat time. Okay, number 1 says find the HCF of 12, 18, and 30. Quickly, you know HCF is different from LCM. So we are looking for the highest common factor that can divide through all of them. We have two ways, but we are going to use the simple one-way method. So number 1, solution, you get the numbers 12, 18, 30 as a go. Look for first prime number that can divide all of them, and that is 2. 2 divides 12, 6. 2 divides 18, 9. 2 divides 30, 15. Then look for next prime number or prime factor that can divide all of them, and that prime factor is what? 3. 3 divides 6, 2. 3 divides 9, 3. 3 divides 15, 5. As you can see, there is no other prime factor that can go through them. The only number that can divide them is 1, so you stop. So you multiply the prime factors you get. So the HCF equals 2 times 3 equals to what? 6. Then you go to the option. Look at our answer is option C, correct. Then we go to the next one. Number 2 question says simplify 24p squared q divided by 18p q squared. So look at this question closely. You see that in the first one, p has the square. In the second one, q has the square. So you treat accordingly. Now, number 2, it will become 24 times p times p. That is the p square. Means p times p. If it is raised to the power 3, you multiply into 3 times. Then, times q all over divide means over. That is quotient. All over 18 times p times q square means q times another q. Times q times q. Then you now divide accordingly. You see q cancel q here by like term, p cancel p. Then here, look at the factors that can divide this to lowest term. Here, 6 can divide this to give us 3. 6 can divide 24 to give us 4. So finally, we are left with 4 and p, and the 3 and what? Q. So 4 times p is what? 4p over 3 times q is what? 3q. So that is our answer. Now let's go to the options. You see our answer is B as well. B, 4p over 3q. So look at carefully. This one says 4q over 3p. So you should be mindful of the options to avoid distraction. Now let's go to number, so this is correct. To number 3 quickly. Number 3 says, simplify 2 whole number 1 over 4 divided bracket open 1 over 3 times 1 whole number 1 over 4 bracket close. So you take it one after the other. First, change this to improper fraction. How do we change it? 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 up here 9. So we have 9 over 4. That's what this becomes. Divided by bracket open 1 over 3 times 4 times 1, 4 plus the 1 up here 5. 5 over 4. That is it. Then you treat this case. 1 times 5 is 5. So we have 9 over 4 divided by 1 over 3. Okay, you multiply this one. 1 times 5 is 5 over 3 times 4 is 12. So this is what we have. Then the rule says 9 over 4 times. You now change this divide to multiplication. When you do that, very importantly, you now invert this. The one down will come up. So you have 12 over 5. That is the mathematical rule in this operation. So 4 divided itself 1. 4 divided this one 3. So we are left with 9 times 3 is 27 over 1 times 5, 5. This is improper fraction in mathematics. What you are going to do is change it to mixed number, and that will give you 5 divided 27 gives you 5 whole number, because 5 times 5 is 25. Remember what? 2. 2 over 5. That is the answer. Because 5 times 5 is 25 plus 1, 2, 27. So that is the answer. So let's look at the options. That's option A is the answer. Correct. So A is the answer. Okay. Now let's look at number 4 question. Number 4 question. Number 4 says, what is the difference between a gross and 10 dozens? Now, difference in mathematics means, in word problem means minus. Product means multiplication. So be mindful of that. So a gross means 144. A gross. Then a dozen is 12. Then 10 dozens now becomes 10 times 12. So the question simply means 144, that is the gross, a gross. If it is 2 gross, then you multiply by 2. Difference means minus 10 dozens, 10 times 12. That is 10 dozens. And that will give you 144 minus 120. So 144 minus 120, very simple. It remains what? 24. So that is it. So that's the difference between a gross and 10 dozens. Because a dozen is 12 times 10, 120. Difference means minus. So our answer is 24, which is option B. Correct. Option B, 24. Then the last question, but not the least here, we have here on the board, says, that is, this one has to do with proportionality, inverse proportion, and direct proportion. It says, if 5 men did a job in 12 days, how many days will it take 3 men? By common reasoning, if 5 men could do a piece of job for 12 days, then 3 men would do that more days. So in simple proportion, if you take, that is inverse proportion, that is more men for doing the work at the same rate, less days. Then more days, you have what? Less men. That's inverse proportion. So if 5 men did the job in 12 days, then how many days will it take 3 men? By common sense reasoning, by common analysis, you should know that working at the same rate, then it will take 3 men more days, since it took 5 men 12 days. So how do we operate this quickly? Then number 5, see the simple way of solving this. What you need to do is 5 men, that is 5 men times 12 days, divided by 3. So remember I told you these tips in solving objective questions in examination condition like this without wasting time. So 5 times 12, just do the first times its own equivalent divided by the second proportion. So 5 times 12 over 3. That will give us 3 divided itself 1, 3 divides 12, 4, 4 times 5, you have 4 times 5 equals 20. So 20 days is the answer. So it will take 3 men 20 days. You can see that it is justifiable, it is justified. So 5 men did in 12 days, then 3 men is going to do the same work in 20 days, working at the same rate. So this is the tip and the short way of solving these questions without wasting time in exam condition. Thank you so much. I believe with this second episode, you have learned some formula tips in tackling similar questions in exam conditions, whether aptitude test, recruitment test, or examination. I remain your tutor and friend here, Joe Newton. For more of these mathematics and physics and other sciences as it has to do with education, then visit and subscribe at my YouTube channel at Joe Newton Online Class. Thank you and God bless you. Like my page also on Facebook and Instagram as well as TikTok.